This is Kim Orlando, founder of TravelingMom.com, and I'm sitting on my balcony enjoying the view and the breeze. It's probably, I don't know, 75 degrees out here. It's a little overcast, but very windy up on top, so I didn't venture up there. Just because my hair gets in my mouth and my face, and I'm tan enough. I'm sunburned and tan mixed, so I don't really need any more than what I've got, I think. But I wanted to just talk about this whole cruise experience that I've had. This is my first family cruise. I did take a Disney cruise a year ago with a group of bloggers, which was a little different because I was by myself. This time I have the 3 kids, my husband. We even brought a cousin with us because each stateroom requires you to have an adult with every child. So we have 3 rooms, we had to have another adult, so he came with us. So just trying to coordinate everybody has been a bit of a challenge, but just from an experiential perspective, this cruising type of vacation is just very different for us. We usually go to you can hear they're partying on deck. Cruising is so different for me because we're used to going to a destination and completely exploring and exhausting that destination. Here we're touching on various destinations, and it's more about being part of this whole cruise experience. I love the fact that my kids have had an international experience at the Adventure Ocean Club for the up to 11-year-olds. They have kids from around the world that my son can play with, and they learn from each other and, you know, play dodgeball and do science experiments and all kinds of stuff. And then the teen club is also a mishmash of kids from all over the place, and my daughter's made several friends there. My son is sort of filtered in and out between the teen club and just hanging out and doing his own thing. And the other part to this cruise is that you have a real distinct set of groups. You know, you have the elderly group that's over 65, and then you have the families who have kids. And mostly I'm seeing kids of all ages. You know, not a lot of older teenagers, not a lot of like 17 to 20-year-olds, but you know, more the younger teen and tween and then on down. And so mixing those 2 groups up, I love. I love the fact that my kids are sitting around a dinner table talking with Ray, a guy that we met at dinner, and his wife Bunny. Ray is going to be 90 in 2 weeks and has guns like you can't believe. He had me squeezing his muscles and stuff, and he's totally built, and you know, just showed us pictures of when he was a young man, and you know what a gorgeous young man he was, and his wife, the same thing. Bunny was hot, hot, hot in her bathing suit in 1946, but my kids had the opportunity to have a wonderful conversation with them. So that part of the cruise experience you can't duplicate. You can't get when you're going to just one destination and exploring that, and you don't really have that interaction that I've had here. So I've loved that. I learned a lot. Like at first I really was a little pinched about the whole, you know, dinner at a certain hour kind of thing, and I thought, oh, I can't do that. I'm not much of a planner. We just sort of eat when we get to the dinner table. And 8:30 was our selected time. So we changed our dinner setup to My Time Dining. And My Time Dining is where you can choose the time that you want. You just have to book it ahead of time. And I've learned now that the set dining I actually like better, especially with kids, because the waiter gets to know your kids, and he knew the second night we were there that my son loves strawberries with whipped cream and just brought it. And so now we have to sort of start over every time we have dinner with the waiter, and so we get to, you know, be a little looser around the schedule, which is nice, but I don't know, having the set dinner time really wasn't as big a deal as I made it out to be. So I learned about that. My husband took the kids on a zip-lining treetop adventure kind of thing, where really it was tight wires and you hang onto ropes and you cross from tree to tree, and they said it was really stressful, very challenging. They loved it, but at the same time it was not exactly stellar. That was one of the ship excursions though, and at least I know that if they're with the ship doing something like that, that the ship is going to take care of them if anything were to happen. The whole cruise experience, I would do it again. I definitely would do it again. I know now more what to expect. I plan ahead a little bit better, and just enjoy myself. Just sort of, you know, go with the flow a little bit more. So this is Kim Orlando, founder of TravelingMom.com, on my balcony on the Oasis of the Sea.